Hi guys, welcome to Mr. Cloudbook channel. In this particular video, we are going to discuss about how to deploy a Netflix clone using the DevSecOps CI/CD pipeline. Okay, so we are going to monitor the Ubuntu servers also using Grafana and Prometheus. So this is the pipeline structure we are going to discuss in this particular project. Our DevOps engineer will push the code to GitHub repository. Okay, so and next he will start the build using the Jenkins as a CI/CD tool. Okay, so for the first stage we are going to clean the workspace for us. So whenever we start any new builds, it will gonna clean the workspace. So for the second stage, we are going to check out the code from our GitHub repository, which is stored at our GitHub. So for the next stage, we are going to scan our complete code using the Sonar. Okay, so Sonar Cube analysis. We are going to do the analysis completely for this particular project to see the vulnerabilities in our project. So we can see the issues and how many lines it's going to scan. We can see the every information detailed. So for the next, this is the Netflix React app, right? That's why we are going to install some dependencies. That's why for the next stage we are going to use the npm install dependency. So after the installation of some dependencies of our Node.js application, and we are going to scan our complete code again using the aqua Trivy for the file scan. Okay, so once this is done, so we are going to check the dependency check also using the OWASP, which is also for a security check. Okay, so this is the complete DevSec process. This is completely DevSecOps project, right? That's why we need to add the security checks also. So for the first security check, we are going to use the Sonar Cube analysis, and for the second security check, we are going to use the aqua Trivy file scan, and for the third security check, we are going to use the OWASP dependency check. Okay, for the next stage we are going to build the image using the Docker, and we are going to push the image to our Docker hub. For the next stage we are going to use aqua Trivy for the image scan. So whatever the image we created using the Docker, we are going to scan that particular image to find the vulnerabilities using the aqua Trivy for the image scan. Okay, so once the image scan is done, we are going to deploy that particular app on our Docker container, and we will see that particular output. Okay, so and for the final step, once the app is completely deployed to container and it's perfectly working, so we are going to deploy on our Kubernetes cluster. Okay, so whatever the process till this pipeline completes, whatever its fail or its success, we are going to get the complete information to our mail. Okay, so we are going to integrate your email with your Jenkins to see the complete so that build is succeeded or failure. Okay, so everything we will get using the mail. So once this is done, we are going to add some monitoring. Okay, so we are using the Prometheus and Grafana and Node Exporter to monitor our Jenkins system. Okay, so we are monitoring the Jenkins system, we are going to monitor the Kubernetes cluster also. So we are going to install Node Exporter here in the Kubernetes master and worker. So we are going to send the metrics to our Prometheus. Okay, so this is the complete project we are going to do, and meanwhile, so for this project we are going to create an API key. So otherwise the project won't work and you can't see the output clearly. Okay, so if you run this particular project without API key, you will get this particular output. So this is the output you will get when you don't use any API key. So you will see the complete blank page with the name only Netflix, my list and movies and TV. So you won't see any database, a normal movie images or anything you will see. Okay, you can't see any images here. So if you use any API key for this particular project, you will see the output like this. So you will get the output like this. Okay, so you can play these trailers and whatever you want, you can play from here. So you have to use the API key for this particular project. Okay, so I am going to tell how to create an API key also. Okay, so you make sure run this particular project using the API key only. So I will explain how to build this particular project without API key and with API key, and I will show the both the outputs. So this black output and this complete Netflix output. Okay, so I am going to explain everything from the scratch itself. So make sure like the video and follow till the end. You will get the project very helpful to your resume also, and for the learning purpose also it was very helpful to you. Meanwhile, I already completed some blogs for you for the projects who are learning the DevOps, okay, and GitOps, yes, everything. You can go to my particular blog here and you can follow the steps and you can do this particular project. I am already deployed the Reddit clone app using the DevSecOps, and GitOps newly Tetris game is also deployed using the Argo CD with GitOps, and on the we deployed this app on the EKS, okay. Make sure to do these two projects also, okay. So this is my AWS console. I am in the Mumbai region and I am going to launch the an EC2 instance to install Jenkins, okay. This is the blog for our complete project, okay. So we are going to launch an Ubuntu T2 large instance, so because we are going to run Jenkins on it and SonarCube on the same instance itself, okay. So you can see we are creating API key also, and first we are going to install Prometheus and Grafana on the new server, and everything we are going to install from the scratch itself, okay. So first, for the first step, we are going to launch the T2 large instance and we are going to install the Jenkins on itself from the using the user data. So let me copy this code, okay, and go to your AWS console and click on launch instance. So for the name, provide Jenkins Sonar. So whatever name you want, you can provide. I'm going with Jenkins and Sonar, and for the AMI I'm selecting Ubuntu, so which is 22.04 LTS, okay. And for the instance type, we want the T2 large here, okay. Select the T2 large here, and for the key pair, select the existing key pair you have, okay. And for the security group, I already opened all port and 22.22 and 8080. So for just for learning purpose, I opened the all port, okay. So launch wizard 1. So make sure to take the storage up to 30 GB for this particular project, okay. So let me increase that one storage to 30 GB and click on advanced details, and under the user data section you have to paste the copied code to install Jenkins. This is the code we copied, right? So it will gonna install Java and Jenkins on our system, okay. So click on launch instance. So it will take 2 to 3 minutes to come up, okay. So because we have to install Java on this particular instance and Jenkins on this particular instance, that's why it's going to take 3 to 4 minutes to come up, okay. So meanwhile, come back to instances, and this is the only instances we have now, okay. So meanwhile, we have to install Grafana and everything, right? So that's why I need another instance also. That's why I'm going to launch the another instance. So just click on launch instance for Grafana. For the name and tags, I'm just providing Grafana Prometheus. So you can go with any names you want, okay. So I'm going with Ubuntu only. So 22.04, and instance type T2 micro is enough, but we are running so many apps, right? That's why I'm going with the T2 medium for this particular project also, because we are going to monitor Jenkins mission and Kubernetes cluster, right? That's why I'm going with the T2 medium. So T2 micro also is enough, okay. So I am just going with the T2 medium only, okay. So no need to run this particular instance on T2 medium, okay. Just go with the T2 micro also. So for the security group, I am going with the Mumbai and existing security group launch wizard 1, and so 8 GB is enough. If you want to increase any storage, that's also fine, okay. I am just launch instance, so it will also install. Come back to instances, and meanwhile I will set the attribute to running state only. Meanwhile, open your putty or mobile extreme. So already my mobile extreme is open. Let me take the duplicate tab also, okay. So for the Grafana installation, let's just select the Jenkins owner and click on connect and copy the SSH client example here, copy and paste it here and click on enter. Just provide S here and click on enter. So it will connect to our instance, and close this one and Ctrl L to clear the screen. And meanwhile, see the status of Jenkins is up and running or not by providing sudo systemctl status Jenkins here, okay, enter. So we can see our app is up and running. So you can find the password here also, or over Jenkins login. So if you don't want to copy the path here, you can directly provide Control C, and you can directly go to this particular path also. Okay, right click, let me copy this one. You will get the same password. Okay, sudo cat and paste that particular path, enter. So you will get the same password. Okay, you can see both are same. So let me copy, first of all let me copy the Jenkins public IP first of all. So you can see this is Jenkins owner, and copying the IP address and opening a new tab and paste the new with 8080 and click on enter. So this is the Jenkins. We have to paste the particular password here. So let me copy this one, right click and copy and paste that one here, and click on continue and click on install suggested plugins here. So it will take some time to install all the plugins. So meanwhile we have to install Docker and SonarQube also. That's why we already provided this particular path, right, to the path for the password, and you will see this page, and you are going to install some plugins here, and you have to create any admin user if you want to. And this is the official Jenkins dashboard. And now we have to install Docker on this particular system. So I know the commands already, that's why I'm going with my without copying anything. Okay, so first update the system, enter and clear the screen, and next to install Docker by providing sudo apt install docker.io -y, enter. So it will install Docker for our system. Okay, so Docker is installed. Let me clear the screen, and you can see the version also by providing docker -- version here, and you can see Docker version is 24.04. If you want to see the version clearly from more than, just provide the Docker version here. You can see the version is 20.4.05, and we are getting the permission denied error also. So in order to don't get this particular permission denied error, we are going to add this particular Ubuntu user to Docker group. Okay, so enter. So by providing the sudo user mode -a capital G. So what is the group? Docker is the group. We are going to add the user as Ubuntu. So we are going to add the Ubuntu user to our Docker group. Okay, so just click on enter, and if you see Docker ps, we will get the error. Okay, so in order to take the Ubuntu user, we have to refresh this particular group. Okay, so by providing the new group Docker and click on enter, and if you provide the Docker ps command again, we will won't get any error here. Okay, so you can see we are getting the output. Okay, so let me clear the screen. Meanwhile we have to provide the permissions to our docker.socket also. Okay, whenever we run the pipeline, we will get the error. Okay, that's why we are going to add the docker.socket permissions also by providing sudo chmod 777 and 666 also work fine. Okay, so I'm just going with 777 just for learning purpose. Okay, docker.socket here, and click on enter, and everything fine, and Docker is installed and everything working fine. Meanwhile we have to run the SonarQube. Okay, so to scan our analysis, that's why we are using the Docker to run our SonarQube container by providing this particular command. I will explain this command. Okay, go back to mobile extreme, and let me paste here, enter, and you can see Docker run. So we are going to run the container -d means that is daemon mode, and with the name as Sonar, and port 9000 port is open for our SonarQube. So by default SonarQube runs on the 9000, so that's why we are exposing to 9000, and this is the official image for our SonarQube. Okay, and click on enter. It will gonna we don't have the image in local, that's why it's going to take the image from Docker Hub, and it will run the container for our instance. Okay, you can see container is up and running. Let's see the status whether it's running or not by providing let me come down first. So by providing Docker and ps here, you will see our SonarQube image is running up to 12 seconds on the port 9000. Okay, so let's go to this one and setup wizard. Okay, meanwhile let me copy this one, and first we will connect the new tab and paste here and go with the port of 9000. Okay, and click on enter. It will take 1 minute to come up SonarQube. So meanwhile, if you want to create a user, so create an user. I don't want to create any user here, so I'm just going with skip and continue as admin only, and save and finish and start using Jenkins. And I will change the admin password also. So go to this particular admin on the top right and click on configure here and come down in the password section, change the password whatever you want. Okay, so tab and first click on apply. Okay, and then click on save and remove this one up to 8080, delete and click on enter, and again log in with the admin user and your password, enter. Okay, this is the Jenkins dashboard and this is the SonarQube. Let me log in. So username is admin and password is also admin, small letters, and click on login. You have to change the password here. Okay, in the next tab. Okay, so our old password is admin, right? So just provide admin here and provide the new password whatever you want and click on update, and you will see this is our SonarQube dashboard and this is Jenkins dashboard. Both are up and running. And meanwhile we have to install Trivy, right? So we are going to scan our particular repository, every file. That's why we need the Trivy, and we are going to scan the image also. That's why we need to install Trivy also. If you want to run this particular project in the shell script, you have to create any file, and just I'm going with copying all the commands, and let me show that also, and Control L to clear the screen. And let me open a new file, I mean a shell script, trivy.sh, and enter, and paste all those commands here and enter. So and it will install Trivy on my system. Okay, just to provide the executable permissions here. Okay, otherwise it won't run. So if you want to provide a sudo chmod 777, it will also works fine. And I'm just going with sudo chmod plus x, means it's going to provide the executable permissions to trivy.sh, and click on enter. And if you want to run with sh or dot slash or trivy.sh, both are works fine. I'm just going with sh trivy.sh. It will gonna install Trivy on our instance. Okay, so this is done. We have to create a TMDB API key for this particular project. Okay, open a new tab and just going with the TMDB, search for TMDB here and click on enter. And for the first result you have to click on the movie database here. So go to this one, you will get the page like this, and click on login here. And if you don't have any account, just click here to register. Okay, so I already have the account, just that's why I'm going with this username and password. Okay, login. So this is my TMDB profile. Okay, so just here click on here and go to the settings, and you have to, in the left side panel, you have to click on API here. Okay, so this is my API key, can see here. So you have to click on login, and if you don't have the account, create one. And this is the official page, and you have to click on settings and click on API. You will get the page like this. You have to click on create next, and you have to click on developer, and you have to accept the all permissions here, and just to provide the details of your application, and just provide the desktop application demo and available, and application summary is up to provide the lengthy summary, I means. Okay, so and add your details and everything, and just click on submit, and you will get this particular output. Okay, API key. So you will get the API key once you click on submit, and you have to copy this one and keep it safe in the new tab. Okay, on the new or in the new notepad. Okay, so meanwhile if you don't know how to generate, meanwhile connect with me in the LinkedIn. Okay, or you can mail me at the postdoc.aj, and I will gonna provide the particular API for you, and try to generate the particular API. Okay, so you will learn new thing from this particular project. That's why I'm going to say you have to create the TMDB API key only. Okay, we are going to install Prometheus and Grafana on the new server. So I already have this particular server, right? So let's connect to that particular server. So this is Grafana and Prometheus. Select that one and click on connect, and click on SSH client, copy this one and go to the new tab here in the mobile extreme and paste the command and click on enter. So for the for the Prometheus we are going to create an user first. Okay, let me copy this command and go to the mobile extreme and provide us here and click on enter. So it will connect to our Prometheus server. Okay, let me clear the screen. So this is the second tab for our Prometheus. Okay, so shift insert and click on enter. It will gonna create a Prometheus user for us. Okay, so Prometheus user is created. Next we have to download the particular Prometheus version using the wget here, and let me paste that command and wget and enter. So it will take some time to install. Okay, so Prometheus is installed. Let me show that also. Clear the screen, and if you see ls-a here, you will get this particular Prometheus .tz file. So we have to unzip this one. Okay, to unzip this one you have this particular command. Okay, so copy this one. tar-xvf means extract. Okay, paste the command here, enter and click on enter. You will get this particular result, that is extracted. Okay, so now let's move the some files. So first we have to create an etc Prometheus directory. Copy this one and paste the command and enter. So our directory is created. Okay, so let me clear the screen. So directory is also created, and first we have to go to the Prometheus. Okay, so let me show that also. If you provide ll here, you will get the Prometheus here. Okay, so unzipped version here. Okay, so let me go inside to the Prometheus and Control L to clear the screen, and you can see ls. So we have this particular Prometheus and Prometheus.yml prom tool, and we have to move this particular tools to user bin everything. Okay, you can see. So first we have to move this particular Prometheus and prom tool to user local bin. Let me copy this command and enter and paste and enter. So ll, let me see. So you can see our Prometheus and prom tool are moved to user local bin. Okay, so you can't find anything here. Okay, and control. So let's move the console and console libraries to etc Prometheus also. Copy this one and go to the mobile extreme and paste the command. So we have to move this one. Okay, so ll. So you can see our console libraries and consoles already moved to etc Prometheus. Okay, let me clear the screen. So and you can see now we have to move the Prometheus.yml file to Prometheus also. Copy this command and shift insert enter. So if you see ls, you don't get any files here. Okay, so let's provide the permissions to our Prometheus user only. Okay, shift insert. So it will provide the ownership to only Prometheus users to etc Prometheus and data. Enter. So that is also done. So now we can come back and we can delete this both files. Okay, so because there is no files here, you can see license and notice only, and come back to cd, and if you provide ls here, you can see we don't want these files anymore. Okay, so if you provide rm-rf here and Prometheus dot, it will gonna delete that one also. You can see ls. So this is empty directory. If you want to keep that one, that's also fine. Okay, I'm just leaving that one. Check the version is coming or not. So we moved this one to user local bin, right? That's why we have to check the version also. Okay, so Prometheus version is 2.47.1. so okay, working fine. And to get the more information, you can directly provide this Prometheus -l. You have to provide the systemd service also. Okay, let me copy this command and open here and enter, and you have to paste all these commands here. Okay, copy this particular service and you have to paste here and enter, and you will get the output like this. And just escape, shift to colon and click on wq. So you will get out of this particular Prometheus service. So now we have to restart. I provided every image, don't worry, you can easily understand with explanation also I provided. Okay, so just enable Prometheus and restart the Prometheus version, because we added the new system the information, right, service information. That's why we have to start the Prometheus again by providing these commands and shift insert. So and you can directly provide the status here, enter. So you can see our Prometheus up and running. Control C and Control L. Okay, so if you want to see the output, you have to go copy the particular, I mean if you get any any errors, you can directly go to this particular journal CTL and Prometheus icon no pager, it will show the report what is the error. Okay, so meanwhile copy the public IP address and provide the 9090, you will get the Prometheus. Okay, let me go to the easy to connect, copy the Prometheus IP, you can see Grafana and Prometheus, copy this one and open a new tab here, Control V and shift colon 9090, you will get the Prometheus page. Okay, so this is the official Prometheus, and if you see status and targets, you will get this only particular endpoint for this particular metrics only. Okay, so let's install node exporter also. So everything is same, we have to create a user. So I'm just going fast forward from here. Okay, so it will gonna create a user and we have to install node exporter here and paste the command and it will download the node exporter. And if you see ls here, you can see the node exporter is installed with the tar.gz and control L to clear the screen. And meanwhile you have to unzip that one, paste the command here and enter. So unzip is done and we have to move this particular node exporter to local bin and paste the command here, enter and enter. So we have the 1.6.1. okay, that's why it's getting error. Let me paste it again and change the version to 1.61 here. Yeah, you have to change the 1.61 here and enter. So everything is moved and I will change the command here, don't worry. So we download the 1.6.1, so just I'm provided the 1.6.0 here, that's why it's getting error only. Okay, so next come back and we can remove this particular both the files here. So if you provide ls and you can just provide the node exporter, enter. If you see, so you can get only Prometheus only. Okay, so everything is moved, right? That's why just provide the node exporter version and enter. You will see the node exporter is installed 1.6.1 here and Control L clear the screen. So we are installing the node exporter here, that's why I'm going fast forward here. So you have to install some service for the Prometheus also. Just paste the command and add these commands. So we have to add this particular service, copy this one and you can go to the we have to enable and we have to start and we have to see the status, it's coming up or not. Okay, paste the command and enter. So let me start from here itself. Okay, let me remove the enable and just provide the start, enter. And you can see, just remove the start and provide the status here and enter. You can see node exporter is up and running. So now we have to add this particular add a node exporter to our Prometheus tool. Okay, so this is done. If you get any error, you just provide this command, you will see what is the error and you can rectify the error also. Okay, so now we have to open this particular Prometheus.yml when we have to add this particular node exporter IP. So we have to add this particular in the Prometheus.yml for the node exporter. So we export node exporter by default expose it to 9100 and localhost it will automatically take this particular IP. So because we are going to install Prometheus and node exporter and Grafana on the same port, right, that's why we are using the localhost here. Okay, so let me open this one Prometheus.yml by providing that command and clear the screen and shift insert, enter. So and come down, so you can see after the static configs, insert mode and click on enter and enter, and you have to add the same path here from same job name and everything is same, you have to add this like this one. Just copy this one and right click and paste here and click on OK. So, and you have to change the syntax correct, okay, otherwise it will throw error. Okay, so you can see, so now job and name both are at the same state. Okay, so everything fine. So just click on escape and click WQ. How do you know this particular Prometheus.yml is syntax is correct or not? Okay, so in order to check this particular, we added this one, right? So this syntax is correct or not, you have to know that one also. That's why I'm going to provide this particular command. So this prompt tool will check the configuration of this Prometheus.yml. Okay, so it will tell our syntax is working fine or not. By providing the prompt tool check config, enter, you can see checking and it succeeded. So that means our syntax is correct. So if you get any error, you have to change the syntax clearly. Okay, so you have to provide this particular command to reload this particular node exporter also and enter, and you can see here, just refresh this one, you will get the node exporter also here. So you can see it's just I mean we are just connected, right? That's why it's showing the red color mark. And just refresh this one again, you will get the same, both are up and running fine. Okay, you can see both are up and running. So meanwhile, let's install Grafana. Okay, so let's first install HTTP and software properties. Enter. So okay, both are installed latest, and wget add the GPG key for our Grafana here. Enter. So okay, and add the repository for our Grafana for the stable version. Enter. So that is done. We have to update this one, and let me copy this Grafana command. So because I know the apt update command, right? Just update that one. Enter. So let me clear the screen and shift insert to install Grafana. Okay, it will install Grafana for our system. Okay, so meanwhile, let's copy this some other commands. So it will enable and start, and you can see the status of Grafana also. So let me copy these commands. Let me copy one command is enough. So Grafana is installed, clear the screen and shift insert, and it will gonna enable the Grafana server. So Grafana is enabled, and let's start the Grafana server also. Enter, and let's see the status of the Grafana server, whether it's up and running or not. So you can see Grafana is up and running, and Control C, and let me open this one. Particularly it runs on 3000 port. Okay, Grafana runs on 3000. Copy this one and open a new tab and Control V and provide 3000 here and enter. So you can see this is the official login page for our Grafana. Okay, and everything is provided same. Okay, don't worry about this one. So username is admin and password is also admin, and provide the username to admin here, and password is also admin. You can see, and click on login, and you have to change the new password here. So new password, keep up to 5 letters, otherwise it will throw error. So just click on submit. So password is changed, and click on never. You will get this particular page, right? Okay, and click on data source here. So first we need to add this particular Prometheus data source to our Grafana. So that's why click on data source here, and click on the time series database to Prometheus, and you have to provide the local host is enough, but just go with this particular IP also, that's also works fine. Okay, provide the IP of your Prometheus, and just you have to click on save and test. So you can see successfully queried the Prometheus API. Okay, so meanwhile you have to click on these 3 dots here and click on dashboards, and on the top right you can see the plus option here, and click on import dashboard and import via grafana.com. just provide the UID. I mean you can directly import the dashboard by providing the IDs here. I'm just going with 1860 and click on load, and node exporter full. It will gonna show the complete information of your CPU usage and everything, and you have to select the Prometheus here. Okay, so Prometheus we selected and click on import, and we can see this particular output of this particular server only. So till now we just connected to our system only. Okay, so we shut this one up to last 15 minutes. Okay, so this is the system load, and this is the RAM usage and swap memory, everything you can see, CPU basics and everything fine. Okay, so next we have to add the Jenkins, right? So meanwhile we have to add the Jenkins to monitor on our Grafana. Okay, so let's do that also. This is same, you have to click on add data source, and you have to select the Prometheus, and localhost 9090 works fine, and I'm just going with the IP address here. Okay, then click on save and test, and for the dashboard you have to click on plus and import dashboard, and just provide 1860, and you have to select the Prometheus, and you will see this particular output. Okay, so now we have to install, you have to integrate Jenkins server with our Prometheus plugin. Okay, so go to the dashboard, click on manage Jenkins and the plugins section, and available plugins, search for Prometheus here. Okay, so you will see this Prometheus matrix. Just click on this one and click on install. So it will take some time to install. Okay, so we have to restart this particular plugin. Okay, so you can see Prometheus plugin does not support dynamic loading. Jenkins needs to be restarted. Okay, so to have to take the effect, we have to restart the Jenkins. Just click on restart here, and we are going to restart the Jenkins. Provide the username and password, and click on manage Jenkins. So you can see that is already set to Prometheus, and we don't have to change any configuration, but you have to see, right, Prometheus is installed or not. Just click on system here and come down, and you can see Prometheus is installed here, and path is already set to Prometheus, and default namespace is default, and nothing you have to change anything here. So just click on add build parameter everything, and just clicking okay. So collect the code, cover, disable metrics, everything. Okay, just click on apply and click on save here, and now we have to add this, we have to integrate this on Prometheus. Okay, and we install this one and everything fine, and now open this particular prometheus.yml, copy this one and go to this particular Prometheus and controller, paste this one in the Prometheus server, and we have to add the Jenkins like this one. Okay, so to scan to get the reports, so copy this one. So our Prometheus path is set to the /Prometheus, right? So if you want to see, just go here to the Jenkins dashboard and just provide / and Prometheus here. You will see the metrics. Okay, enter. You can see the metrics here. Okay, so that's why we have provided the path to Prometheus there. Okay, let me remove this one. Okay, so that's why we used the metrics path to /Prometheus, and you have to provide the Jenkins IP here. Okay, let me copy this one first of all and go to the mobile extreme, and after the targets go to the insert mode and click on enter, and again enter, and you have to paste here shift insert enter, and set this one to correct. So job name is set to be correct. Okay, you can see our both the syntax is correct, so everything is same, and you have to change the IP here. Okay, let me delete this one particularly up to 8080 also, remove this one, and let me copy the public IP, Control C, and go to the main here and paste here shift insert, and remove the / at the end, and remove the HTTPS before. And this is how you have to provide the IP of your Jenkins like this one 13 dot. So you can see I already provided the block, right? You can see this is the same syntax you have to provide. So job name and metrics everything in the same line, and targets under the A here. Okay, let me click on escape here and shift colon and WQ enter, and we have to reload this one to add this to our Prometheus. Okay, So you have to add like this one, and first we have to check the syntax by providing the prom tool, and syntax is fine, and you have to reload now. Prometheus, paste the command and enter and enter. Okay, so now go to the Prometheus and just refresh this one. You will see the Jenkins also added here in the target section. You can see it's up and running state now. Okay, so you can go back to blog, and you can see targets is up and running. You can Jenkins node export and Prometheus, and let's add the dashboard for our Jenkins. Okay, so I'm going with the 9964. So for this one, okay, this is done, and click on save dashboard and save, and just saving the old dashboard for our node exporter, right? So this is done. Let's add the import new dashboard. Okay, so just provide the 9964 for our Jenkins. Click on load and select the Prometheus data source here, and just click on import. So this is the memory usage of our Jenkins, and we don't have any total jobs run, right? So that's why aborted job, unstable jobs, failed jobs, everything is 0, and CPU usage is same. Okay, queued rate, nothing we did till now. So we don't have added any jobs. That's why we are just getting the executor freeze 2, and everything is set to 0, and every 5 minutes it will update. Okay, let me change to every 5 seconds, and it's gonna take to last 15 minutes. You can see the memory usage, everything. And if you want to see the latest information also, just provide the 5 minutes. You can see CPU usage is cutting down, and you can see JVM free memory and memory usage, everything fine, and Jenkins health is up and running 1.0. okay, so save this one also. Okay, save. So that's it, that is done. You have to click on dashboard here. So if you want to see the node exporter, just click on here. You can go to the node exporter from here, and you can go to the Jenkins from here also. Okay, so just click on here, and you will see the Jenkins here. Okay. So this is done. We added the monitoring for the Jenkins. Till now you will get this output like this. Okay, so now we have to add the email integration also. Okay, so to add this particular one, you need to install some plugins. Go to the Jenkins and click on manage Jenkins again, and click on plugins and available plugins, and search for email here. Sorry, email. So you can see email extension plugin template. So you have to add this one, and click on install, and go to the blog again. Email extension plugin, I mean template. You can see that is succeeded. Go back to manage Jenkins. So we need to generate the password for our mail. Okay, so let's open a new tab here and go to the Gmail. So this is the Gmail we are going to use. So you have to click on here on the top right, click here and click on manage your Google accounts, and you have to click on security in the left side panel here, and you have to add this one. So two-step verification is enabled compulsorily. Okay, so if you do it is off state, you have to click here. You can enable the two-step verification also. Okay, so meanwhile search for a app password here in the search bar, app password. So let me show that also clearly. I mean, if you don't have the two-step verification, just click here, and you have to provide the password, and you can directly provide your mobile number. You can add the two-step verification also. Okay, that is the thing you have to do, and search for the app password here and click on app passwords. So you have to provide the password for your mail. So you have to create the password for this one. Okay, so provide the name. Let me provide the name as Jenkins, and you have to click on create. So you will getting the output like this now. Okay, let me print this one. Okay, so copy this one and click on done. So I mean Gmail is also updated, I think. So for last time we got the output like this. Okay, now it's changed. I will update this image also. Okay, don't worry about that one. Meanwhile, go to the manage Jenkins, and you have to click on credentials here and global, add credentials, and go with the username with password, okay, as the kind. Provide the username as postbox dot as whatever the mail you want to provide, just provide that mail. So I created the password for this particular mail only, okay. So for the password, Windows V, and paste this one, and password mail ID as mail, and description is also mail, and click on create. So that is done. So we have to add this particular in the credential section, okay. You can see password is so it will view only once only, that's why you have to copy this one and save in the particular new notepad, okay. I'm going to delete this one once this is done. So let me go to the system. We have to integrate, right, email with Jenkins. That's why we need to integrate with the system here, okay. So go down here till then. Under email notification server, so for the server you have to provide the smtp.gmail.com, and click on advanced here, use smtp, and provide the username to postbox.aj99@gmail.com. so this is my password, username for my mail, okay. So my password is this one. Let me paste that password and use SSL, and SMTP port is 465. Let me save that one and click on test configuration, and let me copy this mail and paste it here, and just send the test configuration. So email was sent successfully. Just click on apply first, okay. So apply is done. Go to the mail, and you can see test mail. This is sent from Jenkins, okay. So test mail is sent successfully. Meanwhile, go to the systems. So you have to add the email in another section also, okay. Go top, and you have to add your email at here. So extended email notification. So for the server, click smtp.gmail.com. so for the port, go with 465, okay. Click on advanced. So that's why I added the credentials before. So you have to select the post box, okay. Use SSL, and you can directly change the email text to HTML, and you can come down and default triggers here, and you have to select the always, and click on apply, and click on save here, okay. So our email is integrated with our Jenkins, and you can see the text mail also working fine. And let me close this one, and then the dashboard. Meanwhile, open my blog. This is my blog. You can see here email notification, smtp@gmail.com, and post box, and you have to provide the password, use SSL, and 465, and text configuration, everything is done. And you can see under credentials, I already added that one, right. So email notification you have to add again here, like this one, and you have to select the HTML text and always, and in the failure in the default triggers, and click on apply and save, okay. This is done. We have to install some plugins for our Java and SonarQubes and Node.js and OS, right. So first we will install the Java and SonarQube and Node.js. These three are important for this particular project for the first stage. So go to the dashboard and click on manage Jenkins. So go to the plugins section and go to the available plugins and search for the Eclipse or Temurin. Anything works fine, okay. So you can see Eclipse Temurin installer, select this one, and you have to search for Node.js. Let me select this one, and for the third stage we have to add the SonarQube. Search for SonarQube also. So this is one SonarQube scanner, and click on install. So it will take some time to install. You can see these are the images, Eclipse Temurin and SonarQube scanner and Node.js, okay. So we have to configure them, okay. Let's go to that one also. So we have to select the version up to 17, and you have to select the node version 16.2.0 here, okay. Let me do that one once the plugins is installed. So plugins are installed. Go to the manage Jenkins and click on tools. So go to the tools and under JDK installations, add JDK and provide the name as JDK17. I'm just going with the same names here. So just go with JDK17 as JDK17 and install automatically and add installer adaptium.net. Select the install from adaptium.net and select the Java version 17 here. Okay, 17.0.8 and come down for the Node.js installation. Click on add Node.js and provide the name as, so you can see I'm just going with Node 16. So same name I'm using here also. Okay, Node 16 install automatically and select the version 16.20. okay, let me select that one also. You can say 16.20 and you can say 16.20, both are same, and you have to click on save, apply, and you have to click on save here. So that is done. Go to the blog and we have to create a Netflix. We will do that later, and first we need to configure the Sonar server. Okay, so in order to configure our Sonar with Jenkins, we need the we need a token to integrate with our Sonar cube. Let's go to the Sonar cube dashboard. So this is our Sonar cube dashboard, right? You have to click on administration and you have to click on security and you have to click on users and under tokens here, and you have to click on here and provide the any name you want for the token generation. I'm just going with Jenkins and click on generate and copy this one. Okay, and go back to manage Jenkins and you have to add this one in the credentials. Just select the credentials here and global, click on arrow and add credentials and kind as a secret text here. Okay, select the secret text, paste the token here. Okay, so the copy token, so this is the token, right? I'd copied this one and remove this one. First of all, let me show it again clearly. Okay, Windows V, you can see I'm selecting this one. This is the token, and just for the Sonar token I'm just going with Sonar token here and Control All and Control C. So I'm just pasting the same description here also. Okay, just click on create, you will get this one Sonar token. Okay, go back to DevSecOps and you can see administration, users, and tokens. You have to update tokens and update this one, and under credential you have to paste like this. Okay, so this is done. You will see this output. So this is also done. We have to add this particular Sonar dashboard in the manage Jenkins. Let me zoom it one. Okay, so go back to Jenkins and manage Jenkins here and click on system. So under system, come down. Okay, under Sonar cube servers you have to click on Sonar cube installations, add Sonar cube, and for the name you can see this is the blog. I'm just going with Sonar server here, same name I'm using. Okay, Sonar server. So for the default server you have to add this particular 9000 port. Up to 9000 you have to add. Control C and you have to paste the Sonar cube IP here. Okay, up to 9000. Remove the slash at the end and you have to select the server authentication token we already added in the credentials, Sonar token, right? So this is you have to do. So what we are saying that for the Jenkins system we are saying our Sonar server is staying at here particular IP. You can go over there and you can scan our project. Okay, use this particular IP and use this particular token to scan the project, and you have to click on apply and you have to click on save. So that is done. In order to scan our code we need the version or a tool, right? So that's why we have to install tool also. Click on tools and you can see we have to add that global tool configuration. So you have to add this like, so dashboard manage Jenkins tools, and you have to provide the name as Sonar scanner and select the version is the latest version. So go to the tools section, under Sonar cube scanner installations, add Sonar cube scanner, or let me save Sonar scanner here. So this is the latest version 5.0. okay, click on apply and click on save here. So that is done. So click on new item and provide the Netflix. Okay, name as a Netflix. I'm just going with Netflix. Okay, click on pipeline and click on OK. And for the description, this is Netflix, right? Just going with the Netflix. Okay, so click on discard wall builds, maximum builds 2 3. So everything is done. And pipeline script, we have to write the pipeline script now. Okay, so this is done. Let me decrease this one. Okay, so we have to add the webhook also. Sorry, I forgot that one. So let me copy this 8080. Okay, Jenkins IP address and users, and close this one. Done. And configuration webhooks. So for the quality gate we need the webhook. Okay, just click on create and provide any name you want. I'm just providing Jenkins, and provide the IP address, Jenkins IP address 8080, and then you have to provide the sonar cube hyphen webhook and slash at the end, and you have to select, click on create here. Okay, so this is how we have to add the webhook also. So that is also done. So you have to add like this one. Okay, and you have to add the pipeline like this one. Okay, so I'm just copy and paste everything. Okay, I will explain over there directly. So if you want to explain here only, let me copy this code. Okay, copied, and go to the Netflix config and paste the code here, and let me increase this font. So pipeline, so we are starting with the pipeline, always with pipeline, and agent is any. So we don't have any agent, that's why we are going with the agent as any here. And for the tool section we use it JDK as JDK17 and Node.js as Node16. Let me show that also, because I use it the same names in the blog itself. Okay, that's why I'm okay. So you can see, so for the name here I'm using it as a JDK17 for the JDK installations. That's why I'm using the JDK as JDK17, and for the Node 16 I used the name as Node 16. So that's why I'm going with the Node 16. Whatever the names you have added in the tool section, you need to provide the same name here. Okay, so for the scanner tool, so what is the scanner home tool? Okay, so for the, go to the Sonar Cube dashboard, and so you can see we used the Sonar scanner installations as a name as a Sonar scanner. That's why we used the environment as a Sonar scanner with the name of Sonar scan. Okay, so I already told that. So we have to write the stages in the stages section. So we have to start with stages, and inside the stages we have the stage. So first I am going to clean the workspace every time. That's why I am providing this particular first stage. So it will clean the workspace. Let me increase the font. Okay, so next we have to check out this one. So how we generate this one? So if you get the doubt, let me click on pipeline syntax here, and let me open my GitHub only. Go to the repositories and find a repository with the Netflix. Okay, Netflix clone. So you can see this is the main branch, and copy the code and go to the pipeline syntax here. So under sample step you have to select the git here, and for the repository URL paste the repository URL of Netflix clone, and for the branch we are using the main branch, right? Just go with the main and just generate the pipeline syntax. Copy this one, right click, copy, go to the Netflix clone and remove this one. Okay, and paste the newly copied one. So this is how you have to generate this particular git. Okay, so for the Sonar Cube analysis, okay, with Sonar Cube env, so how did you generate this one? If you have the doubt also, go to the S1 and go to the projects here. You have to click on locally, and you have to click on Netflix here. If you want to use existing token, so what is the token we use it, right? So let me paste the token that we use in for the Sonar Cube. So this is the token we created. So paste that one and click on continue, and you have to select the other JS here. And what is your OS? Our OS is Linux, right? Just select that one, you will get this one. Okay, you can see Sonar scanner. So this is the how do you have to generate this particular dsonar -key. Okay, so project key is set to Netflix, and it will scan the resources to dot, everything it will scan. So we already added this particular in the Sonar server. Okay, so that's why you can see we already providing the Sonar server here because we added this particular IP address and token in the Sonar server. Let me show that in the blog here. You can see we added, right? You can see this is the Sonar server. So this is the IP address and this is the token we already added in the credential section. That's why we are not providing anything inside this particular shell script. Okay. So we already added the Sonar scanner format, the Sonar scanner. So this is the DSonar project name. So that how you generated from this one we generated. Okay. So project key. So this is the project name and project key, and you can see so this is the source. So this it will can the complete code. So we already added this particular IP address and token. That's why I'm not providing anything here. So this is how you generate the particular SonarQube analysis code. Okay. And for the quality gate, you have to go to the pipeline syntax again here, and under sample step we have to select the with quality gate here. Okay. With you have to select the timeout here. Okay. And provide the anything. If you want 5 minutes, you have to select the 5 and select the minutes as units, and you have to select the timeout. Okay. So this is how you can generate the quality gate. Okay. So this is done. I think you understand how we generated this one. Okay. So let me explain again clearly. Okay. Let me come back. So you have to click on manually and provide the name as Netflix. Okay. This is already taken, and just provide the one and click on setup here, and you have to click on locally, and you have to use the existing token that we used. Okay. So that is generated from this one. Let me paste the token, and you have to click on continue and select the other. So we are using the React.js, right? That's why you have to provide this one, and you have to select the OS as Linux, and you will get this particular Netflix. Okay. So that is the same thing we used here. So in this SonarQube analysis, and we have to install the npm. So that's why we are using to install dependencies using Node.js. That's why this is the command to install dependencies, npm install, and you have to click on apply and click on save. So I hope you understand everything. Okay. Let's click on build now. So build is scheduled, you can see. So it started the build, and you can see the console output here. So sorry, meanwhile I have forgotten to add this particular email block. Okay, let me add in the next second for the second block I will add. Okay. It's taking some time to install. Go to the Netflix. So for the first time it's take more time. Okay. Go to this here, and let's this is done, and I explained everything from the scratch itself. Okay, how to generate everything, and you will see the output like this one, and Netflix it will scan the 3.2k lines. Okay. So to see the detailed information, you can go to the issues section also. Let's go and see. Yeah, you can see. So our checkout is from the Git is completed, and SonarQube analysis started. So let's go to the console output and see how it's working. You can see. So analysis is also started here. So you can see report processing. So it will automatically taking the our IP address of 9000 for the SonarQube dashboard, and execution is succeeded, and it's taking. Okay, quality gate also succeeded here, and it's installing the npm dependencies. So go to the Netflix, and you can see the Jenkins dashboard here. You can see we already started the build, right? That's why it's saying the Jenkins is in the queue section, job is in the queue section, and successful job still now. So you can see our executor is one is building our Jenkins, right? That's why it's saying the one executor is free. Okay. So executors in use, one executor is used. Okay. So let's refresh. Make it to 15 seconds. You can see our Jenkins health is increasing. CPU usage and memory usage and CPU usage is also increasing. I can see it's still executor is free. We already set this one. So just to refresh dashboard again. Let's go and to the Netflix. So this is done. Okay. Our build is succeeded, and let's come back and let's refresh again this page. Okay. So you can see instant dependencies is done. Go to the dashboard and go to the Netflix here, and go to the projects here. Okay. So this is we just generated, right? That's what it's showing here. So you can see 3.2k lines it scanned, and if you go to this Netflix, you can see the issues from here itself. Okay. So what are the issues? we can see from completely from the here, and you can see the overview also. So security hotspot, just click on here, you can see the security hotspots. So you have to provide the TMDB API key here. Okay, it's saying the error from there. Okay, so everything is working fine. Our scan is also completed. So next we have to check the dependencies check also. Okay, so let's go and install OWASP for our Jenkins. Go to this one and go to the dashboard and manage Jenkins, and in the plugins search for OWASP. Oh sorry, in the available plugin section, sorry, OWASP here, and you have to install this one and click on install. So it will take some time to install. Okay, so OWASP dependency is installed. Go to the manage Jenkins. So under tool section we have to add the OWASP dependency tool also. So go to the tools, under tools you can see under Node.js installations we got the dependency check installation. Click on add dependency check. So for the name I'm going with the same name in the blog itself, dp check, and version is 6.5.1. okay, so provide the name as dp check. So install automatically, add installer, github.com, and select the version as 6.5.1. okay, and click on apply and click on save. So let's add these two stages to our pipeline. Go to the manage Jenkins and dashboard and click on Netflix here. Okay, so go to the configure. Let's see, you can see now our executors is free. So it's taking some time. So successful jobs is set to 1. okay, no aborted jobs and unstable jobs, failed jobs, everything working fine here. So you can see job queue also working fine. Okay, so go to the Netflix and let me add these two stages also. Under stage paste these two stages, and this is the OWASP scan, and we used the dependency check additional arguments here. Okay, so we are just scanning the every code and we are disabling the error edit, otherwise we will get the unstable build. That's why. So this is the dp check. So whatever the name you use it there, so I used the name as dp check here for the dependency check installation tool. That's why I am using the same name as the dp check here. So whatever the name you use it for over there, you have to change the same name here. And next we are using the Trivy scan, file scan. So that's why we are using the Trivy fs. So we are generating the report, and so that report is stored in this particular text. Click on apply. So meanwhile I'm going to add a post block, right, to set the emails. Okay, so let me copy this one. This is the post block we have to add. Okay, let me copy this one. Go to the pipeline here, and let me, after the stage section you have to paste here, Control V. okay, so you can see we have to add the Trivy fs here. So we will get this particular Trivy fs. okay, so this is the report, right, file scan report. So we are going to get this particular report, and we are getting the output to this particular mail. You have to change your mail here. Okay, so and click on apply and click on save, and you have to click on build now. You can see our second build is started now. So everything is looking fine because we already added, right. So that's why it won't take more time. So meanwhile we are going to add some Docker dependencies, Docker plugins, because we need to build the Docker image and push the Docker up, right. So you will get this output. I will show you the complete output. Okay, so in order to push the Docker up, we need some plugins. Okay, let's go to the manage. So it will take some time. So click on dashboard and click on manage Jenkins and plugins and available plugins, and search for Docker here. Okay, so we need to install some plugins. So Docker and Docker commands, Docker pipeline and API, and Docker build step, and click on install. So it will take minimum 30 to 40 seconds to install. So meanwhile come back to manage Jenkins, and you have to add the credentials here. So credentials, and click on arrow mark here under beside global, and click on add credentials, and you under kind you have to select the username with password, and for the username you have to provide the Docker Hub username here, and for the password you have to provide the Docker hub password. And I'm just going with the ID as Docker and description as also Docker here, and click on create. So we added the Docker credentials. So Docker hub username and password you have to provide in the credential section. So if you want to provide the personal access token for the password, that's also work fine. Okay, go back to manage Jenkins. So Netflix is working fine here. Let's see this one. Okay, so you can see our executor is set to free one, and you can see our memory usage has also increased. Okay, let me reduce some size. Okay, you can see output clearly. Okay, so job duration, everything looking fine. Executor health and job duration, it's taking, last time it's taken 2 minutes 18 minutes, right? So we added the credentials, and we need to add the tool in the Jenkins. Click on tools, so and go under down and click on under dependency check installations. You will find the Docker installation. So click on add Docker and provide the name as a Docker here, and click on install automatically and add installer. Install download from docker.com and use the latest version, and click on apply and click on save, and you can come here and you can see same names we used, Docker latest, and my username for the Docker hub and password, and we need to add this particular stage. Okay, so meanwhile I am going to build this particular project without the API key here. So this is the API key, we have to use this one in our project. Okay, you can see this is working fine. So go back to manage Jenkins and dashboard. You can see it's taking some time, so 2 minutes 51 seconds. I think our scan is taking more time. Okay, so it's need to install your dependencies, right? That's why. So meanwhile let me explain this one. So Docker build and push, how did you generate this particular with the Docker registry, script? Okay, so go to this pipeline syntax again, and under the sample step just refresh this one because we just install plugins, right? That's why we need to refresh, and you have come down here. So you can see, so with the Docker registry just click here, and you don't have to provide any URL here, and for the credential you have to select the Docker credentials, and Docker credentials we already set up to Docker. So in the tool section we provided the name as Docker, right? That's why it's taking automatically Docker and just generate. So you can see this is the with the Docker registry block I used over there. Here you can see with Docker registry credential ID is Docker and tool name is Docker. So these are the basic commands. Okay, Docker build hyphen build x, so to build the command and to tag the Netflix with your username. So in order to push your Docker image to your Docker hub, we need the your username here. Okay, so and next we are going to push the Docker hub to our we are going to push the Docker image to our Docker hub. So next we are scanning the particular image that is created using the Docker, right? So we are using the Trivy to scan our image. So Trivy image, we are scanning the Netflix image here. Okay, so this is the next two stages we are going to add. So you will generate this particularly from this pipeline syntax. Okay, with the Docker registry you have to select it under the sample step. You have to select it with the Docker registry, and you have to provide the Docker credentials here, and you have to select the Docker installation here. Okay, so you can see our scan is taking so much time. So you can see this is working fine. Yeah, let's last 15 minutes. You can see our taking so much time. Executor is free, so free time it's showing the nothing, 0, and whenever we're using this particular executor it's showing the graph. Okay, clearly. So we have to add we will see the output like this one, 7 as a Netflix, and we need to run this particular command, right? Let's go and run this particular command without API first. I have to show something to you to get the blank error, right? So you will get to only the black image without any movie names or anything. Okay, that's why I need to show this one. So you can see our bill is succeeded and our post actions is completed. Let's go back to my email and check whether the mail is got or not. Okay, and you can see we got the success message for the build to let's go to and check. So project is build, so project name is Netflix and build number is 2, and you can go and see the output from here. Let's see the file scan report. Okay, so you can see this is the file scan report. We got the post CSS, medium severity and high severity, can be bypassed using. Okay, so this is the report for our file scan. So we got the only 2 errors. Okay, so medium is 1 and high is 1, and we got the build log also. So this is working fine, and go to the Netflix and just refresh this one. You will see the dependency report also. You can see latest dependency check. You will get the vulnerabilities here. So this is the, I used the normal image here. Okay, so you won't get like these errors. Okay, I used the sample image. Okay, so this is the error you will get once this is done. Okay, so for the dependency reports you will get this. Let's add this. Meanwhile, sorry for this one. Let's go to the Ubuntu. You can see Jenkins report here. Okay, you can see we got the 2 successful jobs, and memory usage is increased, and processing speed is also increased here. So it's saying 0, but if we are getting the error, and executor free, and job duration is increased, right? You can see. So there is no queue size, right? Okay, we connected to Jenkins machine. So you can see Jenkins, Docker PS. If you see the Docker PS here, you will get the sonar, means that's the where on the Jenkins machine. Okay, so let's go to this particular var / library and Jenkins, and go to the workspace, and what is the name of the project? Netflix, right? And if you provide ls here, you will see this Docker file. Okay, so let me build this one. Okay, Docker build. I'm building without Docker build x -t Netflix dot here. Okay, so I'm just building without any API key here. So enter. I got the spell wrong. Okay, so if you see ls here, you will get the Docker file here. Okay, let's build this one using Docker build -t with Netflix name and dot, and enter. You can see our build is started now, right? It's taking some time to install. Okay, so work directory is set. So once this is done, we will run this one on the 808081. 8081, because it is exposed to 80. So you can see our image is built. Let me clear the screen and let's see whether the image is coming or not. By providing Docker images, you can see Netflix is created now. Okay, 46 seconds ago. Let's run this command by providing Docker run -d -name as a Netflix, and -p port is 8081, and expose it to 80. And what is the name of the image? Netflix, and tag is latest. Enter. So if you provide the Docker PS here, you can see our Netflix is running, up and running. So let's copy the public IP address of our Jenkins machine. So because we run the Docker run command on the Jenkins machine only, open a new tab here, Control V, and provide the 8081 and enter, and you can see we will get this output. So developed by Crazy Man. This is the output you would get whenever you run this one without API key. Okay, so I want to show you how you will get the output when we run this one without the API key. Okay, let me close this one. Meanwhile, open this one. Okay, I don't want to do this one. Let's remove this one. By stopping. Let me provide the name as Netflix. Enter, and provide rm command to remove. Okay, so everything is done. Let's go back to home. Enter. Okay, so meanwhile, add this particular 2 stages. Okay, Docker build and push, and I will change the name here. So build org, we are adding the tmdb API key. So the API key that you generated before from the tmdb database, you have to provide this particular here itself. Okay, let me copy this complete code and go to the dashboard. Go to the Netflix and click on configure here, and you can provide this particular command here after the Trivy fs, enter, and control V. I'm just changing it to Trivy image.txt here, and I have to change the API key here. Okay, this is the wrong API key. Okay, let me copy my API key and paste over there. Wait. Okay, you can see we added the fs.txt. Now I want the file with the Trivy image.txt also. Okay, let me copy this one. So I want to see this particular image output in my mail also. Let me copy this one and paste after this one. You have to provide the Trivy fs.txt comma and Trivy image.txt at the attachment pattern here, and click on apply. And so I already added a API key here. So click on apply, save, and let's build the command. Let's build again. So you can see our old build is started. So our Sonar Kubernetes is also started here, and go to the Jenkins, and you can see it's taking some time to take. You can see our executor is set to free and one is in use, so it will take some time. And the next stage for the running the Docker container, we are using this particular deploy to container command. So same command we are using, right? 80801. So and 7 as a Netflix. And meanwhile, whenever we provide the IP address with 8081, you will get this output like this one. Okay, so not only this blue beetle, whatever the image we will get, whatever the output we will get. Okay, so meanwhile we have to set the Kubernetes setup. Okay, so first we need to install Jenkins. We need to install kubectl on Jenkins also. So let me copy these commands and go to the mobile extreme. Meanwhile, this is the first tab. Okay, sudo vi cube.sh, enter, and shift in shit. Let me provide the -y for the curl here, otherwise it will throw error, I think, definitely. Okay, so go to the insert mode and hyphen and y, escape shift colon wq, and provide the executable permissions plus x, cube.sh, enter, and /cube, capital K, enter. We'll install kubectl on our machine, on the Jenkins machine itself. Okay, so you can see Cube version is also installed. This is the 1.28 latest kubectl version. Okay, so everything fine. Clear the screen. So let's take the 20.0 for Ubuntu instance, and we will run install the Kubernetes cluster. Master and worker nodes. Go to the AWS console and click on instances. We already have the two instances. One is for Jenkins and one is for Grafana and Prometheus. Let's launch the instance and just provide the number of instances is 2, because we need the master and one for is the worker, right? That's why we need to provide the instance 2. Let me increase here. Okay, 2, and provide the name as sample name as KTS, and go with the Ubuntu AMI here, and image as 20.04. I'm going with 20.04. okay, because I provided the commands for 20.04 only. Okay, for the Kubernetes. Go with the T2 medium and select the existing key pair Mumbai, and select existing security group as launch one here, and this is enough 8 GB. Okay, just click on launch instance and go back to instances. Let's set this instance state to running. Go to the Netflix. It takes some time to build your image. So Jenkins is monitoring. Every 5 minutes it will take. I think it's done. Go to the Netflix and everything is done. So everything is done. Let's go to the mail whether we got the two files. For the file scan image we have to get the report, and for the image scan we have to get the report. Okay, go to this mail, and this is the second build. Okay, you can see here. Let's come back, and you can see third build is succeeded. We got the image.txt also. You can see this is the image scan report. Okay, this is the Docker image scan report here. So you got the 3 errors only. Okay, let me close this one, and this is the file scan report. Okay, everything getting outputs, and you can see our Netflix app is completed. We got the dependency check trend also, and let's add the final Docker deploy container also. Copy this stage and go to this particular Netflix. I think we have to run this particular both commands. I mean, Kubernetes deployment and Docker deployment together itself. Okay, that's why I want to add this particular command later. Okay, first we have to run this particular Kubernetes master and worker. Let's provide the names. One is for master and one is for worker. Hyphen master for one, and save, and other is for worker. Okay, and click on save. So this is done. Okay, let's copy this one. I'm in a connect. Click on SSH client and copy this one, and go to the mobile extreme, and let's take the new tab here. So this is the third tab for the master itself. You can see this is the KS master we are using. Copy the SSH client here and paste it here and enter, and meanwhile open another tab for worker node also. Okay, go to the instances, select the worker and click on connect, and copy the SSH client here, and the fourth tab provide the worker SSH client and click on enter, and provide the as for your master as control L, and close this one and update this one, sudo apt update, enter, and connect to worker node, control L, sudo apt update, right, enter. Control L to clear the screen. Let's set the host names to understand clearly. Sudo host name ctl, host name ctl, set hyphen host name master, enter. So exec as here. So you can see this is set to master here. Okay, and go to the worker node and control L, sudo host name ctl, set hyphen host name to worker, enter, exec bash here, and we can see this is worker. We can understand clearly now. Okay, so this is the commands you have to do. You can see these are the commands I used over there, and let's update the system. We already updated the system, so I know the commands to install Docker. Let's install Docker, sudo apt install docker.io-y, enter, dot enter, sudo apt install docker.io-y, enter. So it will install on both master and worker. Okay, so do it on master first, and you have to do it on worker next. Okay, control L to clean the screen, both clear the screen. So let's add the user by providing sudo user mode hyphen a capital G Docker, spelling mistake. Okay, Docker Ubuntu, enter, new group Docker, enter. So Docker PS will working fine. So next provide the 777 var run docker.socket, permission to docker.socket also, enter. So this is done. Let's go on to the worker and add the user docker ubuntu, enter, and new group docker ps. Okay, sudo chmod 777/var/run/docker.socket socket, enter. So everything fine. Let's copy the remaining commands now. So let's add the key first, copy it on the master, enter, on the worker, enter. So let's add these commands, 3 commands together. Copy this one. Sorry, first come back to master and paste it here. So first do it on the master itself, so you will get the clear output. So we'll update it and we will install kubectl. Okay, copy these comments. So update first. Let's install. Oh, sorry. Enter. It will install kubectl, kubectl and kubelet on the worker node also. Enter. So once that is done, we need to install API server also. Copy this one and go to the master. So we need to monitor these 2 systems also, right? That's why all we have to do is to install node exporter on this Kubernetes master and the worker node also. Okay, so we'll see the CPUs of this particular master and the worker node. So if you want to see this complete, if you want to learn more from the monitoring, you have to use the Elm for the monitoring of this particular Kubernetes master and the worker node. Okay, so I'm just explaining the more basic monitoring. Okay, let me paste the command to install a Kube API server on the both the master and the worker. Okay, and enter. So this is done. Let's kubectl init on the master node itself. So this is done and the master node is also done, and controller and shift insert and enter. It will take some time to come up and initialize the Kubernetes master. Okay, it's take maximum 2 minutes. So meanwhile, what we have to do is we have to go to this particular node exporter. Okay, so this is done. You can see now paste these commands. Don't give any spaces. Okay, copy these commands using the mkdir here. So you have to run these commands without root. Okay, copy this command. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay, that is done. And this is also done here. And let's add the flannel command here. So I already have here. Sorry. So this is the flannel commands to apply on the master. So I have provided the commands very clearly. You can see you have to do these commands both master and node, and the master you have to do this one, and paste the command here and enter. You can see kubectl get nodes. So our master node is not ready. Okay, so meanwhile copy this particular kubectl join command, copy and go to the worker node here and clear the screen and provide the sudo and paste the command. Okay, and enter. So it will take some time, 30 seconds. Okay, so this is also joined. So if you clear the screen and just provide and provide the up arrow here and see the nodes coming or not, you can see master is ready and worker is also ready in 10 seconds, I think. Yeah, both are in ready state now. Okay, let's go to this particular master first. This is the master, right? So all you have to do is cd dot cube, enter. If you provide ls here, you will see the config here. You have to cat it, cat config, enter, and you have to paste this one. So you have to copy this particular API version up to end of this particular line. Okay, up to this one, and just copy this one, copy it from the API version and up to this end of this file. You have to copy this one and open your file explorer. Okay, so this is PC and you can save wherever you want. I'm just saving at the documents. All you have to do is right click and provide the new, and you have to select the text document and create a secret file.txt file. I already have that file. This is the text document. Okay, so let's remove the old code and delete that one. So all you have to do is create a text file with secret file named and save this one and click on close this one and go to this particular Kubernetes. Jenkins. Go to the dashboard and manage Jenkins, and you have to install some plugins for the Kubernetes. So go to this available plugins and search for the Kubernetes. Enter. And all you have to do is Kubernetes, credentials, API, CLI, and credential provider. Just click on install now. Go to the manage Jenkins. Meanwhile installation, let's add this particular config file that we stored in our file explorer to this particular Jenkins. Go to the credentials, click on global here, add credentials, and you have to select the kind as a secret file here. Okay, secret file and choose file. So I already saved the file at documents, so with the name of secret file, right? So this is the secret file. Copy this one, open that one. You can see that file is selected here and provide the name as K8s and description is also K8s and click on create. So our credential is also added. Go to the manage Jenkins. So everything is done. So meanwhile, I want to monitor these two also. I want to monitor this particular master and the worker also. So this is just a basic monitoring. Okay, clear the screen. So in order to monitor these two, we need to install node exporter. So in order to click on this one, copy the same commands. Okay, I will provide the commands here. Okay, once this is done, I will provide the commands here. Okay, don't worry about that. Go here and first on the master node itself, paste the both commands, enter. That is done. And the worker, so install node exporter on the both the machines. Okay, let's go back here, download this one. So that is done on the worker and on the master itself. So both are installed and we need to export them. So export is completed. So that is also done. So let's move these files. First come to the master and paste it here. I will change the command. Okay, we have all I have to do is to change this particular command to 1.6.1. okay, enter. So everything is done. Let me copy the same command from this master node itself. Okay, so automatically we need to change the version, right? That's why it's throwing error. Copy this one and paste it on the worker node and enter. If you provide ls here, you can see node exporter is done. Go to the node exporter well and provide cls. Okay, so the node exporter is exported and everything is done. And let's remove that one. Node exporter. Come back to cd double dot and remove the enter. So that is done on the master and remove on the both machines. Okay, let's see node exporter version is coming up or not. We moved, right? Let's paste the command, enter. So node exporter is coming on the master and the worker also. So working fine. So let's open the service and edit the service. Okay. On the master node, clear the screen, shift insert enter. Worker node, control L and shift insert enter. Go to the master node and copy this one and paste on the both master and worker node. Okay. Paste this one, enter, shift colon WQ, and the worker also shift colon WQ. So both is done. Come back to master and just enable the node exporter and start and see the status. And the master and the worker. Let's start the node exporter. Okay. Enter. This is done. Up arrow on the both missions you have to do. Okay. So that is also done. Let's see the status of the both the missions. Node exporter is coming or not. Paste the command, enter. Is coming on the worker, I mean master and the worker, both are working fine. Control L. So worker and master is fine. So let's open this particular file in, I mean Prometheus file in the Prometheus.yml. Okay. Go to this second tab. This is the Prometheus. Okay. So clear the screen and paste the command Prometheus.yml and go to the insert mode. Okay. Come down. So let's copy this particular command. Okay. Copy and paste it here. Okay, that is done. And come down again and paste the second time also. Okay. So let's see. Go to the top and set the syntax correct. So this is done. Okay. Let's change the targets. We have to provide the job name, IP address of your Kubernetes, I mean a master. Okay. Let's connect. This is the IP address of your worker. Let's paste that one. Job name as node exporter underscore worker creators. You have to change this one underscore master underscore creators. So we have to change the passwords here. So we have to change the localhost with your original IP address of your Kubernetes master and the worker here to see the CPU usage and status, what is the memory and everything. Okay. If you want to see the complete, field detailed monitoring, you have to install this too with using the Helm. Okay. So this is done and escape, shift colon and WQ and check the prompt tool. Let's copy the command again. So we have to see the constant syntax is working fine or not, right? With prompt tool, paste the command here. So everything working fine. Let's reload this. Okay, curl x report. And we will reload this one. And let's go to this particular Prometheus. And let's see whether our targets are coming or not. You can see case master is coming and worker is not coming yet. Okay, let's refresh again. Yeah, so more unknown. So this is up and running. Worker is master is up and running. Okay, let's refresh again. Yeah, everything is up and running. Okay, so let me add this one. Okay, let me add this particular also. Maybe you got the wrong error. Let me open this Prometheus tool and paste the command. I will add this particular image to your blog also. Okay, so everything is done. So come back to your Prometheus. Okay, go to the dashboard and node exporter full, and you can see job name is you have the K8 is here, and you can see RAM is used for the worker and the master. So RAM used for this one Swapman. So we can scan. You can see master. This is the master we are monitoring. So RAM is used for the master is 25.4, and the worker usage for RAM is 15.04. Okay, so there is no basic data here. Okay, let's so everything is done. So up to this point, so now we have to apply this particular two stages. One is for deploy to container. Okay, go to this Jenkins and go to the dashboard here and click on Netflix and configure here. Go down here. Okay, under Trivy stage you have to add this particular container stage. Okay, we already added that. Docker run -d name as a Netflix with the name of 7 as a netflix.txt. Latest. That is the image we used. If you want to see this particular image is there or not, you can directly go to the Docker hub. Okay, so let's go to the Docker hub container. So you can see our Netflix app is here open. The Docker hub is working fine here. Last 26 minutes ago it's pushed here, so we used the same name there. Okay, so everything is working fine. Let's add this particular final stage of Kubernetes deployment also. Go to this particular draft blog, go to this, copy these commands and go to this particular here and paste these commands. And meanwhile I want to generate this particular one. How did you get this particular path? Okay, so why you are using the directory? Okay, you got so many answers, I think. So I want to explain those answers also. Go to your GitHub repository. So whatever the repository we are using for this particular project, this is the Netflix clone we are using. So my Kubernetes deployment and service files inside this particular directory Kubernetes here. Okay, so this is the deployment.yaml and service.yaml. Okay, so meanwhile go to this particular sample step here and click on directory here. You have to change the directory and path. That is what is the path we are going to use. So what is the path is here? So Kubernetes, this is the directory we are going to provide in the sample step for the syntax generator. So inside this particular Kubernetes I have my deployment files. Okay, let me copy this one and remove those one completely. Okay, I want to run this one clearly. So, and paste there, and let's set this syntax correctly. Okay, wait 1 minute. I'll remove this particular sum block also. So inside the directory Kubernetes, what I have to do? So this particular script will move inside to this particular so it will move inside to the Kubernetes. Okay, so I already moved to particular Kubernetes. What I have to do? So all you have to do is deploy these two. We have to apply this deployment and service YAML files. Okay, so how can I apply? So I don't have any config file or anything, right? So in order to get this config, all you have to come back to your pipeline syntax generator and click on here, and you have to search for with kube config here. Okay, click on here and credentials, select the secret text file as a K8s we already added in the credentials, and all you have to click on generate syntax and copy this one and right click copy. Go to this particular pipeline syntax generator and paste this, and let's align this together. Same again. Okay, let's remove this one. And what you have to do, we have to run these sh commands. Okay, sh, what is the commands we have to apply? Kubectl apply -f. So what is the name of our deployment? Deployment dot yml. You can see this is the same name we have to apply. So deployment dot yml and service dot yml. So we have to provide the same names here. So kubectl apply -f deployment dot yml and again sh kubectl apply -f service dot yml. Okay, all you have to do is click on apply here and click on save and build now. Okay, you can see our fourth build is started now, so everything looking fine. And let's go to the Grafana and monitor. Okay, so let's refresh this to last 5 minutes. Okay, you can see network basics is increasing for this worker, and for the master you can see our system load is increasing 4.2 and save this one. Okay, every time refresh I will set 5 seconds auto. Okay, so it will refresh every 5 seconds. Automatically it will gonna scan our master IP address. Okay, so you can see, so this is the master IP address. Okay, you can see from here, and you can see the worker IP address here also. Okay, system load is nothing here. Okay, because still we don't have any deployment applied here, so it's taking some time. So let's monitor the particular Grafana also, Jenkins dashboard also. Okay, you can see our executor is done, and last time we have 3 successful builds. Okay, so unstable builds and failed builds, nothing is here. Okay, executor is in success, so it will take some time. Okay, once this is done I will show the complete output of this particular Netflix app. Okay, so you can see our complete build is succeeded with the declarative post actions is also completed. Let's see to go back to mail and see whether it's completed or not. So this is the fourth build. Okay, so this is done. We got the report with attachment also, and go to the Netflix and you can see this is the third build. Meanwhile you have to refresh this one. Yeah, we got it, nothing we got, everything is same. So fourth build is succeeded, and meanwhile let's refresh this one. Okay, we have to remove this particular browser. Okay, so this is the same IP, right? We used 8081 with the Jenkins IP, and refresh, and you can see the output now. So you can see we are getting the containerize and the movie database here. Okay, so we can play movies here by clicking on play. So we can't see the movies here, but we will play the basic some 14 to 15 minutes any trailer or some any added movies here. Okay, so we are not going to watch the complete movie. So whatever you click, it will play the same movie only. Okay, it will play this movie only. Okay, it won't play any other movie. Okay, so just for learning purpose I am deploy this particular Netflix app using the Kubernetes and the DevSecOps. Okay, so whatever you click, you will play see the same. Okay, so let me come back, and you can see this so many. So you can see nowhere everything is changing. Okay, you can see this particular blue beetle and everything working fine. So meanwhile let's go to this particular Grafana and see what is the status. Okay, network basics. So you can see our system load is 5.8 for this particular master, and let's see the worker load, and you can see RAM usage and the CPU usage, everything is same. So you can see network traffic is increased here, so for the worker node here. So we are just monitoring these tools only. Okay, so if you see this particular Jenkins performance also, you can see we have the 4 successful builds and everything is fine. and Jenkins is up and running fine, and CPUs is also is working good. Okay, so this is how you can monitor. And meanwhile, let me open this particular Kubernetes master and see root sheet here, get all here, enter. You can see our notepad Netflix app is running service, and deployment is also 2x2 is ready. So replica sets 2 are ready. And meanwhile, copy this particular 3007 IP address, copy, and open your IP address of your Kubernetes worker. Okay, let me refresh this one. So select the Kubernetes worker here, and let me little bit of copy the IP address here and open a new tab. So we have to see the Kubernetes output, right, with 30,007 and enter. You can see our Netflix app is coming. So this is the muzzle, you can see. So this is the output from the Kubernetes. Okay, and you can see output from the Docker is here with the nowhere. You can see, you can play this one, but whatever you play, you will want to watch the same movie, that a cartoon based movie. Okay, you can see we can play this particular how you can deploy easily. So okay, so this is the Grafana monitoring, this is the Jenkins output here. And if you go to this node exporter full, and you can see this is the local host, this is the Prometheus server, and if you click here job, and this is the Prometheus master CPU usage and system load everything, and this is the worker node usage here. Okay, so everything is fine. Let's shift to 5 minutes here, and you can see our worker usage and network traffic, everything working fine. Memory and CPU, memory, net disk, so working fine. Okay, so this is how you can monitor. If you want to monitor your completely monitor with Kubernetes API pods and everything, you have to install using the Helm, and you can monitor your systems completely. Okay, so I hope this you can easily deploy this particular Netflix clone app using the DevSecOps and with monitoring. And I hope you understand the project clearly, and make sure to share with your friends and do the project, and make sure connect with the LinkedIn and post this in the LinkedIn. Okay, thanks for watching the video, and keep on supporting.